Hi, I'm Austen Williams.
And I'm Mike Brown. We are Team Red from Season 4 on Relative Race. We raced from Winston-Salem, North Carolina to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, meeting family we never knew we had. Hey, who are you?
We had no phones or technology, and we competed against 3 other teams in challenges, trying to win $50,000. And we won. Yeah!
Did you go to that third challenge?
Yes, we did.
Oh, yes!
All right, pull the green.
You are the winners of Relative Race.
Had we not had those kill flags, we would have lost with that extra flag in our quiver. I just want you to know that.
But you know how we got those kill flags? I was able to verbalize specifically
you all by
those
yourself.
people.
It
No,
has nothing
I mean,
to do with
you
my
were a
journal.
good listener.
That makes no sense.
Okay. I needed the money to physically recuperate. With my portion of the money, me and my wife, Tisha, went on this concert binge. Atlanta, Charlotte, Jacksonville, quality of life bonus.
With our portion of the winnings, I say our because, you know, I have a husband. Marcel, my husband, and I have been married for almost 11 years now, and we have 3 children, Mark, Michael, and Marlo. We renovated our house. I started renovating the kitchen. So we stained the cabinets, and we bought all new appliances, which is like adult heaven. This is my beloved refrigerator. And I painted my entire house blue. And we installed solar panels. The hardest part about being on Relative Race is that it hurt physically. I think being older, I mean, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Those physical challenges, they hurt.
It was brutal. I got it. That close-up one, zoom in, that was brutal. Had to read the other person's lips.
Pack your manners.
That was cruel and unusual punishment.
Did you shower this week?
Yes! What was super offensive, though, was not having a GPS.
I am driving.
Daddy, listen then. Drive and listen.
It was fine once I was the driver and you were the navigator.
Don't shush me.
Okay, keep
You're
talking.
not listening.
Keep talking.
And that's because I can navigate.
That's because I can multitask. As for me, I am still a mom. That's my first job, and so that means every day gotta take care of my children, get them fed, make sure that they get off to school and have all of their needs met, make sure they're growing up to be contributing members of society. And beyond that, I am the communications director at my local church, and I'm still running my nonprofit. Project Freestyle is a nonprofit organization that uses fair trade fashion in order to help women be freed from sex trafficking. All of the proceeds from the sale of our clothes go back into supporting our programs. Since Relative Race, I would say that Joe and Jerica Henline have become my bonus family members. Bye, love you guys.
Travel safe.
So they've come down to visit us a couple of times, but while they were here, I recruited them to help me with Project Freestyle. So Jerica modeled for me and Joe filmed. It was great.
With Relative Race, we were looking for primarily my father because I had never known him. And sometimes the news isn't good.
So this is your dad.
Don't leave. God, who does that look like?
It's scary, bro.
But you have to go. You keep going. Being on Relative Race changed my life incredibly. I now have 7 brothers and sisters, an aunt that I call my mom, and an extended family that has profoundly changed my life. My family has embraced me in a way that I've never been embraced before. It's a calmness that it took me a while to wrap my head around that. On day 5, I met my brother Dwayne.
You're Dwayne.
Hey, brother. How are you?
What's up, man?
We're best friends and brothers. It's amazing. Every morning, it's good morning, brother. What's happening? Hey, brother, how's it going? Man, dude, I am so glad that you're in my life. You know that?
Yeah, man.
I know. Raised as the only male child in a family, and then all of a sudden having a real brother, it's something that you dream about it, but there's nothing like the bond of a brother. All right, love you, brother.
All right, love you, bro.
I'm Margaret. How are you? Look at you.
My Aunt Margaret that I met on day 2 is a huge part of my life.
I can't wait to tell you everything.
I can't wait to hear it. There's an automatic deep connection when she told me that you're home.
You're home.
You're home. I feel like I'm home.
You're home.
Wow. We both felt that. I call her Ma and she calls me son. My Aunt Margaret was raised with my father, Elward, as brother and sister. So she knows my father more than anybody else that's still alive. My Aunt Margaret has shared with me the most intimate aspects of my father's life from the time that they were raised in Mary Hill. Since the race, I've been to Mary Hill and Plymouth and the Inner Banks of North Carolina 4 or 5 times now. Connecting with my Aunt Margaret has brought me so much closer to my father, Elward. Margaret is a permanent fixture in my life for the rest of my life.
Relative race has changed my life because I think it answered all kinds of questions that I had and also questions I didn't know that I had. My family grew considerably. I went from thinking I had a pretty a normal sized family to finding out I have a huge family, and I've been able to cultivate relationships that carry me through my days, through my weeks, are sources of encouragement and strength. On day 1, I met my cousin Camille. Hi, hello. She is one of my closest friends now. So she and I talk probably 3 to 5 times a week, and she's just kind of like a go-to person about what's going on in my life. Hey, what are you doing?
I was just heading to work. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm always encouraging her to start her own business and to grow and become better. And I think that in a lot of ways, I'm probably that for her too. She's my cousin, but she's also one of my best friends. On day 6, we met Sarah and Michael Spencer. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
And I remember as soon as we met them, Sarah and I just kind of bonded immediately. Since the race, we have seen the Spencers 3 times. So we've been up to their home twice, and then they've been down to see us once. So she and I have kept in touch since the race. We talk very regularly. Our children ask for one another. We have to schedule FaceTime dates so that our children can talk. And we are trying to plan a Disney World trip for all of these children so that we can all go together.
The relative race is real. I mean, after the race, I had to reconcile what my mother did in not telling me who he was. It's not always going to be a rosy story. That feeling of lost time, being the biracial child of an all-white family, literally isolated, emotionally, physically, only boy. That was very difficult for me. It took me a while just to absorb it all. Being on the show has made me a more complete person. 50+ years, I had no clue. And now all of those questions are answered. It's probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life.
Seeing the change in my dad, having the opportunity to have Dad meet these really important people in his life, priceless.